Just going back to some of the points which Kathryn mentioned about the lead scoring part, and then Robbert, you also mentioned some of the interactions and other things. I think this is one of the very key element in a B2B event, which is virtual in nature as far as customer engagement is concerned, right? I mean, during the physical events, you have their kind of undivided attention, I mean, so to say, because they're in a physical space, they're watching someone live or interacting face to face. People have put in some effort to travel, be there, you know, sometimes bought a ticket or some registrations, right? Now, you know, flip over to the digital side. Now, how do we really measure that level of engagement in a digital format? You know, how can we create the similar level of engagement, if not more, right? So that is something I would like to know from you. I mean, is there a kind of a KPI or some measurement that you have, you know, discovered that is working? Rob, since you brought this up, let me start with you. I mean, do you have a digital event KPI or measurement tactics, what you guys are using?
Yeah, absolutely. I think on the engagement piece, I wanted to share like 3 things. So show rate, content, and audience interaction. And on the event KPI, I'll talk about a single event KPI and what we do around our quarterly event program. So first of all, on show rate, you can only have live engagement when people show up. So to increase the show rate to the events, we'd like to focus on like a detailed agenda and sending reminders a week, a day, and 30 minutes before the event starts. You could also think about a gift or of some sort to create excitement. And secondly, I think about the content. It's true for in-person events, true for virtual events. It needs to be awesome. The content on virtual events does need to be concise, very specific, and include actionable insights for your audience. Can they do something with this info at work first thing tomorrow? And I would say for us, I basically have like the rule, no presentation or other element at the event can be longer than 20 minutes, and that's pushing it already. So, and thirdly, allowing your audience to interact is really important. So run that survey, allow for questions, get in the chat, and even allow for downloads of materials that really raises engagement throughout the event. And then on the event KPIs. So I'll talk about single event and event program. So for a single event, we look at something called a Net Promoter Score. Most of you will probably know what it is. We base it on the audience feedback, and this feedback survey we send out right after the event. And for a B2B event, you want to hit 50 or over, which is excellent by any measure. And the event platform we use also shows you an overall engagement score for the live and on-demand event. So we also have some goals around that. And also really important, when creating the event, we follow the standards on diversity and inclusion set by an organization called DICE, which means, among other things, that we have maximum 50% male speakers. And we make sure that that non-white communities and people from different age groups are represented, and we keep ourselves accountable. That's for the single event. And for the event program, we take a quarterly view, and we look at 3 things: how much potential and current ARR, annual recurring revenue, was influenced, what was the frequency and coverage of attendance per account, whether it's a customer or prospect, and did we hit diversity and inclusion standards across the quarter. So these are the things we look at.
Okay, wonderful. I think, yeah, I mean, that definitely requires a bit of, you know, the project management side, that how you are kind of keeping a tab on this, right? And I'm sure that also helps while, you know, you are working with to really ensure what's the ROI for a digital event point of view. Okay.